Here's a full, engaging emotional story based on the video title you linked. Inspired by the Billionaire CEO Veronica, falls asleep, with cash exposed and files open to bait a thief, single dad mocked but surprises everyone by speaking multiple languages narrative. The full story below is written in long plain paragraphs, with emotional depth, smooth pacing, and a strong, inspiring message, perfect for approximately 15-minute YouTube narration. The moment Veronica Lockwood nodded off in her own skyscraper lobby, everyone assumed it was another boardroom casualty, fatigue from endless meetings, stress of billion-dollar deals, and the detachment of wealth few ever truly understood. What no one knew was that this was no accident. She had intentionally left stacks of cash and sensitive financial files strewn so conspicuously that even a passing thief would pause. Her goal wasn't chaos, it was a test. A test not only of security but of character. And at 2 a.m. on the 47th floor, values collided. Theo Ramirez, a single father and night shift janitor, pushed his mop down the marble corridor, exhausted yet hopeful. He worked 2 jobs just to keep his daughter safe, and her medical treatments paid for. The bills had piled up, and the medical fund had run dry. So when he turned the corner and saw Veronica asleep, open files glittering like temptation under the lobby lights, and cash almost daring someone to take it, his heart slammed in his chest. To the world, it was a billionaire's careless mistake. To him, it looked like fate. But temptation isn't just about desire, it's about choice. Theo wasn't ignorant of his desperation. Every sleepless night, every exhausted morning, every apology to his daughter for having to work another shift had sharpened his fear and wearied his hope. But he was a man of integrity. He studied philosophy at night school because he wanted to be more than just a janitor, even when life seemed determined to label him as such. Yet as he walked toward the desk, a whisper of doubt crawled up his spine. Was today the day he broke? Just then, Veronica stirred. Her eyes opened, not with panic, but calm observation. She had seen thousands enter and leave that lobby, but today she watched one man approach not with greed, but with hesitance, restraint, and dignity. When Theo stopped short of touching a single note, she spoke softly, "You don't have to be afraid. There's more to you than you know." She spoke it with no judgment, only curiosity. He blinked, and the tension cracked. His voice was low, tight with years of surviving alone in a world that constantly underestimated him. "I don't want what isn't mine," he said. His hands were steady, but his voice betrayed how close he stood to breaking. Veronica didn't pry, but she noticed something. The way he spoke wasn't just humble, it was thoughtful. Sincere. She stood up fully and said, "Then tell me, who are you really?" For a moment Theo didn't respond, unsure if she was mocking him or simply curious. Then, out of a lifetime of hard lessons and hidden talents, he surprised her, and himself. "I speak 9 languages," he said quietly. He named them one by one: Spanish, French, Mandarin, Arabic, Urdu, Portuguese, Hindi, German, and English. Veronica's breath caught. It was one thing to call yourself educated, it was another to live in the world and connect with it. His voice carried not arrogance, but pride and pain intertwined. Veronica blinked, the kind of blink that comes before respect sparking into revelation. She looked at him anew, the powerful CEO and the janitor who could bridge cultures she'd only ever conquered on paper. In her life of boardrooms and billion-dollar negotiations, she had forgotten the most powerful currency of all: human connection. Here was a man who, with nothing but love for his daughter and a sharp mind, had mastered bridges and humility. Words change the dynamic, but dignity changed the world. Veronica apologized for judging too quickly. Theo, embarrassed yet honest, explained how he studied languages not for prestige, but to connect with the migrants he once helped in community centers, to help his daughter dream bigger than their struggles, and to lift others when no one looked their way. She listened, truly listened. In that quiet lobby, among scattered files and cash that had never been meant to be taken, 2 very different souls realized they were more alike than they ever expected. What happened next wasn't expected by anyone watching. Veronica offered Theo an opportunity, not charity, but partnership. She asked him to join her foundation as a cultural ambassador, to help shape a global program that uplifted working-class achievers and broke stereotypes about poverty, intelligence, and potential. Theo hesitated, unsure if someone like him belonged in her world, but when his daughter's face appeared in his mind, hopeful, curious, full of possibility, he accepted. In the end, Veronica's test wasn't about catching a thief, it was about discovering a heart as real as her own ambition. And Theo's integrity taught someone with everything what matters most isn't what you own or control, but how you see and elevate others. The video ended not in conflict, but in transformation. A billionaire CEO reminded that wealth without humanity is empty, and a single dad proving that true worth isn't measured by status, but by character, courage, and heart. The world watched, inspired not by drama, but by dignity.